I'm just on my way to go and look at a dent on the driver's side front wing. It looks to be a fairly sort of decent sized dent. The top section of the damage looks to be quite soft where it meets the bonnet panel and the headlamp. But down the bottom end of the dent, there's a lot of kind of tension I can see and distortion on the body line of the wheel arch itself. Now I'm hoping, being a front wing panel, there should be fairly good access. They're usually single skinned. So providing I can get some tools in behind that kind of lower body line, should be able to start releasing some of the tension and get that body line back to where it should be. Then I'm hoping the majority of the soft damage should respond a lot better once I've managed to tackle out the tension. As always, we'll run the camera around when we get there, have a look at the dents, the repair process and some of the tools we're going to use to remove the damage. So I'll see you when we get there. So it's a decent sized dent on the front wing panel of this Skoda. The majority of the damage is relatively soft, so should be quite straightforward, but it is quite deep, right on the body line where that wheel arch meets the bumper. So the first thing I want to do is check for access. It is a single skin panel and there's quite a good sized gap between the headlamp and wing. So I know I can get some tools in here at the top end, and that's going to get me on about 80% of the dent. Having a look on the underside, I'm going to release the wheel arch liner by removing a couple of these torque screws, and that's going to allow me to slide a tool up behind the lower section of this dent and hopefully get me all the way across. Unfortunately, the paint has split during the impact right in the crack where it meets the bumper itself, so I'm going to apply a small amount of touch-up paint. This does two things. One, it should help reduce any chance of corrosion from the elements, but also once I start applying pressure from the inside, pushing out the damage with a tool, it should reduce the chance of the paint splitting any further. Now ideally you should use masking tape, but I just grabbed what was to hand, which was a little bit of duct tape. Finally, a bit of hot air just to allow that lacquer to cure. I've already changed my mind on how I'm going to repair this dent. Originally I said I would start with the deepest point, reduce some of the tension before working on the outer edges. But I've reached my hand behind the dent and I can feel there's a lot of flex there, there's a lot of movement. So instead I'm going to start with cold glue and gradually reduce the overall size of the damage, kind of work in the reverse to how I intended to start this dent, so that I end up working on the body line itself. And it's only now watching this back I'm thinking, why didn't I use a bigger tab for my cold glue? But anyway, I continue this process, reduce the overall size, and what I like about using cold glue, it removes the damage quickly, but also cleanly. Each one of these pulls isn't leaving me with a harsh high spot that I'm going to have to fix. That can often happen with hot glue. Cold glue allows you to work really quickly, reduce large damage quickly and softly. There's a couple of small low spots around the dent, which is what I'm working on now. And once I've got as much out as I can with the cold glue, I can then reassess the damage and look at the next step. For this repair, I want some heat consistently on that deepest point, so I'm using my Get a Grip suction cup to hold the hairdryer in place, which is going to allow consistent heat flow right on the deepest point as I start pushing. I'm going to use a double bend bar with a red cherry cap on the end, get behind this damage and gently start pushing it out, and I'm aiming right for that deepest point. I'm gradually working my way along that crease from the top down to the bottom and slowly starting to restore the shape of the body line. I know from this angle it looks like that dent's already pretty clean, but I promise you there's still a lot going on with this damage. There's still a whole load of highs, lows, some tension, and the primary and secondary crown which still need to be addressed. As we run through this repair, we'll move around camera angles, have a look with the line board, and you'll get to see what's really going on with the damage. So along with pushing out some of the lows, I've created some high spots during that process, and as the high spots appear, I switch tactics, go to my hammer and knockdown, and just tap these back down flat. Once I'm happy that I've tapped down the high spots and also released some more tension, I'll go back to the pushing. As we take a look with the line board, you start to get an idea of what's left to fix on the damage. We've got some of the original crown, a low spot next to it, the deep part of the damage, the crease that I'm working on now, and whilst the majority of the upper section of the dent removed with the cold glue, we've still got a few little points that need addressing. So there's a little low spot just here where the headlamp meets the wing, and a little bit further back there's a low that runs through there. That's part of that original crown. As my dent reduces in size, so does the tip that I need to push with. So I'll switch now to this hard plastic tip, and it's got a slight point to it. It's definitely not a sharp tip, but it's sharper than the cherry cap tip that I was using before. The red cherry caps are great for removing some damage quite quickly and allow you to push cleanly, but the pointed edge on this tip allows me to get right into that body line, get a little bit more precision to get me into the depths of the low spots. The deepest part of this damage is starting to come up clean, but that plastic tip won't get me right into the edge of the panel. So I'm going to switch down to this blade tip. Usually you'll see me using this tool working doors, but it's just the right angle and just the right tip to get to that last section, that little low, as the wing panel folds down and meets the bumper. And I'm using bare metal on this tip. Often you see me using tape around the edge to soften the pushing, but I'm working quite gently and accurately, just getting the tip of this tool into those low spots and picking out the minor lows. Just as I reduce the tip size that I'm pushing with, I also reduce the size of the tap down that I'm tapping with. This little VIP tap down, you do have to be careful, it's a metal tip and it can damage the paint, but because it's such a fine tip, it really allows great accuracy for picking out those micro highs created during the pushing process. Having another look on the line board, you can see that last tool tip managed to get to the bottom edge and pick out the little low that I was struggling to get to with the previous plastic tip. I'm now going to work on some of the larger softer areas, so I'm going back up in tip size. This is a rounded nylon tip and I've got a small amount of tape around the edges. That just applies a little bit more of a damper. You can see the low spot where the lines splay apart, and right now those lines are pinching together, and that's my tooltip right behind the damage, gently pushing it out. I'm using those lines just to keep a nice true reading on the shape of the panel. I can get that bar right up into the top edge as well, which allows me to start working out some of that low spot from that original crown, and constantly keeping an eye on the tension points, making sure I'm tapping down any high spots that arise during the pushing, but also just reducing the tension that still remains from that original crown. There's a small low spot right at the top of this wing panel, so I'm going to use this hook bar, again with a blade tip, going from the top this time, and that hook bar really allows me to get right up into that top edge and start pushing out that low spot so I can bring the front edge of that wing back in line with the headlamp. It's a bit windy today. Cracking view. But definitely a bit windy. And that's exactly why this video is a voiceover. Even with a lapel mic, the wind was just crazy out there. Started the day with blue sky and sunshine. I thought I might even end up in my t-shirt. But no, at the top of this hill, I was just getting blown around. The camera fell over about 5 or 6 different times. And as you can see, I've ended up putting on my winter coat just to keep warm. So we're drawing into the finishing stage of this repair now. The panel's really taken shape and it's starting to look really nice. I've got a nice clean line on my body line. The wing lines back up with the bumper, also lines back up with the bonnet and the headlamp. And in the finishing stages, I'm just making sure I've got a really nice clean reading on my line board, making sure all the lines read true. I've got a nice curve in my panel. And whilst I do finish this repair with a polish, I want to show you what it looked like before I start polishing the panel, just to show you managed to really get that line back where it should be. So the repair's really taken shape. I'm pleased with how well it's come out. And thankfully that paint split has stayed exactly where it was after being sealed in. And again, having a look around that panel without the line board, just a natural light, what we refer to as a customer view, and it's come out really clean.